guys, what's up? Today I'm doing the ranking of all 9 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And I'm not going to do the Friday the 13th or the Chucky movies ranking because you can check those little ding-dongs right next to my other channel, Kill Count Blake. Okay, with that said, let's rank all the 9 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Number 9 has to be A Nightmare on Elm Street. Phrase that the final nightmare. Worst horror movie of all freaking time is in here. This one, yeah. Pretty sucks. And I don't really have any concerns with it. And yeah, this is pretty mediocre. Okay, with this said, this is a pretty bad movie, but it does have some redeeming qualities. Which I'm not going to explain because there's not going to be no freaking spoilers, so just watch the freaking movie. So, I'm going on to number 8. Number 8. What is the other one that has to be really mediocre? It has to be A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child. Dream Child is a train wreck, but then again, not much of a train wreck. This is in itself a good movie, but when you're just a person, this is really, really hard to like. Not to admit, the Freddy plotline is pretty freaking awesome, but besides that, this movie sucks. Number 7 has to be The Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. I like the reboot, actually. I'm one of the few persons that actually like this reboot. And to be honest, I don't know why it's so underappreciated. I love this film. Sure, when you watch the original Nightmare on Elm Street, it's kind of a bore, but you're forgetting I have never watched the original Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, if you don't watch that, this is a pretty enjoyable movie. And if you can put the original aside, this is a good and enjoyable experience. Number 6. Besides all these movies that I have right here, I really like. Starting with A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. I actually really like this film. It's not bad, but then again, it's not good. 2 successful Dream Warriors that give us the Dream Master. And this is a pretty good follow-up, but it could have been better. Like, instead of killing all the freaking main characters, what the fuck? That is really insane. But, besides that plot point, this is a really good film. Don't get me wrong, it has some issues, but if you can put those issues aside, this is really good. Number 5 has to be A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. This is one of the gayest horror movies alive, and it is one of the best horror sequels. Even though if you haven't seen that in my top 5 best horror movie sequels of all time, which I'm pretty sure I did not put in that list. Besides that, it's still a good movie. Besides that, I'm pretty sure I put I switched it up for Dream Warriors, which that means fucking awesome. Okay, besides that, this movie is friggin' awesome. Okay, the top 3. Original, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. which one do I like most? Well, number 3 has to be Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Don't get me wrong, I freaking love Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I like the Freddy. You know, technically it's not Freddy. I love the concept. And plus, it has Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Great title. Seeing as it was directed by Wes Craven. Full of his nearly entire franchise of this. Besides that, yeah, this movie, it's a phenomenal. So who cares about the dumb Freddy and kind of cartoonish death at the end? The death is actually pretty solid compared to the other Freddy deaths. Oh, but Nightmare on Elm Street 4's death, holy god, that's freaking amazing. Okay, but besides that, I love this film. Number 2. Number 2 is really hard, since these are good movies of all time. But this is just a bit for me. And number 2 is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't get me wrong with this. The original, holy god, it's freaking amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love this film to death. But I just prefer the other film at the end. And yes, I think this is one of the best horror movies of all time. And this is nearly my favorite movie. But one movie just better out, and that's number 1. A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, DreamWorks. If you haven't watched this, spoilers, this is my favorite horror movie sequel of all time. And there's not hard to see why. I fucking adore this film to death. I love this film. The plot, I freaking love it. The one thing that does bring it down a bit, but not much, is the death scene at the end. Why kill off a main character? Besides that, I love this film. I hope you liked this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm sorry if this was a short video. Watch my other 3 rankings of these movies, and subscribe to, and comment down below what movie franchise I should do next. With that, see ya!